This is the Irontrader, and this is midday trading. So we are going to take a look here at natural gas and at crude. This video is for information purposes only, not a recommendation to buy, sell any stock, buy the ETF. Please like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. All right, here we have natural gas, your daily and your weekly chart. Now, again, this is in the May contract. Yesterday's charts and Sunday's charts were over in the April contract. So now this is more adjusted where everybody should have their charts pretty much similar to what I got going on here. Okay, so far today we have an indecision day. You had a high of 1.83, low of 1.78. Okay, but what we're doing is we're holding this key level. This is going to be critical. This 1.774, that's that 21 SMA. And then right below that here, what we have is we have this 8-day at 1.726. And then 1.7 flat is your 8-day here on your daily chart. Okay, so those are your critical levels that you really want to hold. Now, if you look at just 21-day, you can see how it wants to try to curl up here. Your 8-day trying to curl up here. So that's looking all pretty good. Your RSI, well, this is going to be a little bit shaky here now because of that contract roll. It just zipped up. So obviously that just goes right up with it. Your green is bent over your red, so that's always a bullish sign. The green here trying to get a red over the red here, that shows positive momentum is basically what that is. Now, again, when we look on this weekly, as long as we can hold this here by the end of the week, now remember, it's going to be a shortened week. There's only 4 days here. Good Fridays on Friday. There's no market here. So you need to hold that 1.72 by Thursday. And then, again, if we can just start marching this stuff right on up here, okay? So what do we have there? You see, you got 1.79 here. You have 1.84. You have basically 9.2. And then this is the level looking for here, that 2 flat, okay? So as it keeps moving on up here, you got good resistance going all the way up here because you have your 21-day, but they're also nice targets also. So here's the one we're looking for, 2.168. There's your gap. That's the key. That's the key level we're looking for. You have your 21 right below it here. But again, that 8-day, crucial on a closing basis here for the week. Now, here on the upside here on the daily chart here, you got 2 really good points. Now, again, we can do the candles. These are going to be obviously your resistance. Okay, levels here going all the way and up here. But right here is going to be your target. See this 50-day? Yeah, that's going to be a target that's sitting at basically about 1.96. That's what we're looking for. And then right above it, if you can get above, right that 2.0, that is what we're looking for, which lines up here with the top of that candle right there. So that's what we're looking for here on the upside. Now, on the downside, you just have to watch this 21 SMA here today, this 8 SMA here below that, and then this 1.7 here level. Now, again, here, one thing I do want to point out. So we look at today's bottom, the candle, okay? So you're looking at the low of 1.781, okay? So that's the low. Now, that's the gap. And then you want to look to the top of this candle, that's 1.675. That's the problem when you have the contract rolls. What you have is you leave a gap then in the chart, okay? So that could come down and retest that. We just don't know yet. But watch that 21-day, watch this 8 SMA, this 1.78 SMA, and then if that's lost, we want to look to the top of that gap. That's 1.675. And then we have this 1.64 right below it, and then yesterday's low, I should say, at 1.589. Okay, let's take a look here on some multiple charts. Okay, so what we have here, you have a tick chart, a 1 minute, a 5, and a 15-minute chart. Now, the one that we really want to watch here, because this just zoomed up here, that's that contract roll, same way with here. So you can't really tell much because, see, you have that big gap going on there, okay? But now this chart here, the 1 minute chart, you can see how nicely this is holding here. See, okay, so you had the 1.782 here. We had a little bit lower there at 1.781. So right there is a nice double bottom situation. And now look how nice she's running right on up here. Okay, so that's what I've been really trading off of. So what you do is when you get a contract roll, it kind of screws the charts up here, but then eventually they all come in sync really nice. Okay, but again, so you just pick your chart. Just say, okay, what's working best? Well, what's working best here today is the 1 minute chart because I can see where you had the bottom, and then I can see where I can just scalp on, to the upside here. So you've got a good selection that you can pick some from, but eventually these will all come into coherence where they're all going to be very, very tradable charts. Okay, let's take a look here at an hourly and a 4 hour. Okay, here we have your hourly chart. Now you can see that big gap up, that contract roll situation. Now what we do is we just have some sideways action. Had a good run all the way up to like 1.83 there. Now we just got to see how this is all going to shake out. But you notice that it is holding this key 21 SMA here. So that's actually pretty good. Okay, so that's what you want to see. On the downside, you want to hold that, and then we want to hold these levels right here. Okay, so this here is your 1.78. Okay, so this look at that is what you want to hold on a closing basis today. On the upside, we have that 1.80. That's your 8 SMA here. Then you retest there at 1.83. Okay, so right now here, we just have to trade. When you look at the chart here, we can pretty much block off whatever happened there, and we just have to trade this. But eventually, this will all work in together, so it's really not that big of a deal, okay? But it's just that when you have them gaps up. Now, when you look at that, now I posted it yesterday, or you can go to barchart.com and you can punch it up. Just go to click on futures and go to natural gas, and it shows you all the futures all the way out, 24, 25, 26, all the way out. Now you notice that the futures are getting higher as you're progressively going out. So it's going to be a matter of time here. So never have an opinion, especially on natural gas. They don't call this thing the widowmaker for nothing. Okay, let's take a look here at crude oil. Okay, here we have crude oil daily, weekly chart. Let me bigger up a little bit. Okay, this is what we're really looking for here on the upside on that day on the weekly chart. You're looking for that 83.09. Look what happened last week. You went right into that Hondo, and now I pointed out that 100-day way back here. Okay, once you can get above all that 50-day and and your 8-day, your 21-day, and all that, then eventually there's your big target. So even when his price was down to 75, you say, what, 83? What the hell are you talking about? But that's just really how these charts work. So actually, as this 8-day came down, you notice that it never crossed below that 200-day. It just came down, and now she's rallying up very nice. So even if this price comes down all the way down to that 79.12, you're still really, really good shape. Even if you have this all the way down to that 50-day at 77.86, you still got a very, very bullish pattern. Now you can see this 200-day, see how nicely it held. See, even when we come on down here, see all sticky, look at all stickies. It doesn't make any difference because look where all the closing are. Everything closed above that key 200-day. That goes to show you how strong that support level really is, and that's what you trade against, okay? So by Thursday, when it comes Thursday, you really want to be above that 8 and this 50 SMA here on a closing basis. That's what we want. Now your MACD, your green over your red, that shows good positive momentum. Very, very good. RSI, very, very strong. Okay, let's take a look here on your daily. Well, daily here, very, very clear. Okay, you had a high there of 83.12. You had a sell down, but look at this candle here. See, it held that 8-day, and then this was Friday's candle, which is an indecision candle. Okay, so when you see a high and a low, and then you see it close right in the center, that's an indecision candle, and it's also an inside day. Inside day candle is just big. Your high and your low is within the high of the low of the previous day. That's all it means. Okay, but you notice it couldn't get through that 8-day. But the next day here, which was a trading day, which was Monday, look how nice that green candle is. And it went all the way up here to 82.48. And then why did it go there? Look right here to the left. What do you have? 82.50 within 2 cents. That is your resistance level. So what I always pointed out here when this was below the 8, I said, watch this candle here because that was your breakout candle, 81.62. And then what you do is you just follow the candles up. So 81.92, no, it went higher. So then you look for the next target. You say, oh, okay, 82.50. Where did it go? 82.50. That's where she stopped. Okay, so you know where all your resistance levels are here and support levels with these candlesticks and these key simple moving averages. Now, this is the 8, the 21-day, the 50 SMA, your 100-day, and your 200 SMA here. Okay, simple moving averages. All that really means is your 8-day is over an 8-day period. That's what that means. Okay. So you want to put this on here, and these blue lines here, these are price channels. Okay, so you did price channels here. Now you can see where this price channel now is moving on up, which is a very, very good sign. So we look at that 76, 79, I said, well, where did that come from? Well, just all you got to do is look right there. See the bottom of the candle. That's why you want to put these price channels on. And it's a very good way of showing you, where all the bottoms, important bottoms are, okay? And what's really good about it is now it shows you where all the resistance levels are. So when she goes up, then you can just follow it, follow it, follow it. Very, very makes life a lot easier. So what you really want to do is just look up, see the charts, and say, boom, okay, I got it. All right, so what today we want to see? So far we have another inside day, okay? So on the downside, you really want to watch this 8 SMA. You want to hold this on a closing basis. 81.61, that is going to be very, very key. If that's lost, we can come here to the top of this candle, 81.45, and then we'll look at the bottom there. You have 80, 83, and then we just follow these candles, okay? Look at the bottom, 80.59, and look at the bottom here, 80.42. Then we have 80.30, and then you have your 21-day sitting at 79.90. Right below that, we look here at this 8 SMA at 79.12, and then we have 78.52 right below us at your 200-day. But you look at here, bottom left, upper right. Look how nice these simple moving averages are moving up. Now we got to see what we can do here on the upside. So what we want to do is watch yesterday's high. Always watch the previous day's high, low, and closing. Very, very key. So you want to watch that 82.48. If in the next level is going to be 82.65, and then we have your retest up there at 83.12, but right ahead of that, you have that 83.09. Those are your big time resistant levels here. And then again, obviously, if you can get above here, well, then we just look to the left of the chart here, okay? And then we just find them, okay? So you just come right on over. What do you got? Okay, so there's your next level is going to be 83.60. Bring this level right over here. What do you got? 85.90. Bring that level right across. What do you got? 89.85, and then you always want to look to the left of this candle here, that 92.43, and then you have 95.03 is your big retest. Now, just a little bit of an info here, okay? Now, the U.S. has been trying to refill this SPR, okay? That's the Strategic Petroleum Reserve. Okay, they drew out what was it, over 100 million barrels, okay? Because what they wanted to do is before the election year, last year, what they really did, reality, this is reality, okay? They drew out that so they could try to flood the market to get the gasoline prices down so they could get the Democrats elected. That's real. That's reality, okay? And that's politics. That's the way it goes, okay? So that's what you always want to be aware of. So now they're refilling this SPR, but they're doing it at 3 million barrels per day. Now, here for the month of, I think it's July and August, they're going to start filling it with 4.7 million barrels. So you have to, that's going to affect crude, because now what you want to do is you're going to be drawing out on your draws here to refill that SPR. So you're going to have an extra draw then every month of 4.7 million barrels versus 3 million barrels, okay? So just keep that in mind here, that that's not going to bring the price down any. You're just doing the reverse of what you did before to get the gasoline prices down, which didn't work anyway because gasoline prices were high. But again, that's how politics shakes out, as they say, okay? So really today what you want to do is just watch this 8 SMA on a closing basis. Very, very key. And then watch yesterday's high, 82.48. Then we can work yourself all the way to a retest. But watch this key if it starts running up, that 83.10 now. Okay, that works out. Okay, I'll be back here after the pick close, and we will do a little bit more in-depth on crude and natty gas. Thanks for watching.